Thanks, Larry. And it's great to be with you this morning. As we dive into the land between, did you get that verse, Ben? Can you put it up there? Oh, can't read it very well. But this is a quote from, I'll see if I can bring it up on my computer so I can actually read it. A quote from Terence Fretheim in his commentary on Exodus. And it talks about, it's one of my favorite quotes when I think about the wilderness and the land between. And it talks about how when we get into that position, it's so easy for us. The former seems ineffective, so that we're short of the consummation. Redemption we have, but we're short of consummation. And the former seems ineffective and the latter only a mirage. The promise has been spoken, but who can live by words alone? The hope has been proclaimed, but the horizon keeps disappearing in the sandstorms. And so trust in God often turns into recalcitrance and resentment. Faith erodes with the dunes. Commandments collapse into the disorder that shapes daily life, and judgment is invited in to share one's tattered tent. Yet, even in the wilderness, God is responsive to his complaining people. And I thought that was just a great statement to frame the beginning of our time together in this land between. That sometimes it is easy to slip into those places of recalcitrance and resentment when we get into that land where we're stuck. Between redemption, we have salvation, and yet we're short of consummation. But I want to bring up Jason DeVries and Elaine May and Andy Boussard, and they're going to share with you what does it look like to take care of our souls in the land between. Jason is a friend of mine from Indiana, where I did ministry for 20 years. He was in a church in Highland. You know, Larry talks about the story of Pillar Church being a CRC RCA. Jason leads for many years the Highland Church, part of Faith in Dyer, and they are also a CRC RCA church. But Jason has been through a journey in the last few years, many years, that he's going to tell you about this morning. Elaine has been a part of the Center for Church Renewal. I had the pleasure of working with Elaine on the team there. And Elaine led Mayfair Church. And many of us have different times have said, I would, if, whatever it takes to serve God's kingdom in the church. And Elaine did that at Mayfair, where they went through a process of giving up and turning it over for a new church plant. And I just have so much respect for that journey. I don't know if that's going to be a part of your sharing this morning, but now she's in, I don't know, what is the organization you're part of? Are you going to tell us about that?
The Christian Reformed Church of North America.
All right, we'll leave it at that. And Andy, I tried to get from other people. Nobody would tell me anything about you, Andy. So you're gonna tell about yourself, and I'm glad to meet you.
I'm willing to live in that mystery.
Live in the mystery.
Tell whatever story you want. I can.
All right, so I'm gonna turn it over to you guys, whoever wants to start.